There are times when I question my sanity. It is the bank holiday weekend in August. And I've spent hours scouring the web and Google Maps for somewhere to come that wasn't really going to be heaving with people. And then where the tides were going to be right. And I've come up with Roker Pier, because it's the only flipping place I could think of that wasn't 55,000 miles away. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, I know. It is heaving with people. Cars are going past, blaring the music out. There's people everywhere. I don't care, I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm going to try not to. We're past sunset, although it is ridiculously bright considering we are past sunset. There's some really thick, gloopy clouds. The horizon is nicely misted out. And Roker Pier Lighthouse is looking very sorry for itself. I had a feeling it was only repainted a couple of years back, but it's looking very mucky. And I've wandered along the front because I want to get some of the curve in. I'm thinking it's going to be a long lens shot. Let's have a little wander down here. I really do want to get some of that curve in. High tide was hours ago, but it's right for the morning. That's a bit better. Yes, still not the shot I was... Oh, there's a flipping post in the way. Oh, these builders. No, not quite. There's lots of street lighting posts, which is making the job really difficult. Oh yeah, that's better. Let's see if there's a little... Let's say, trying to get the curve of the... that looks like it could be the one. Right opposite the nightclub. Hey! Oh, I'm such a grumpy bugger. I'm shooting from here. Thanks, Mr. Motorbike. Oh, I'm so grumpy tonight, aren't I? There's people wandering along the pier, which is fine. The length of the exposure is going to blur them out. I'm not going to deliberately do a 10 stop. I'll probably just use a 6 stop. But obviously the ambient light... Oh, sugar. Ha! I've just realised I've left my tripod. Oh, bugger. I put my tripod down at the first little step in that I went in to see if I could get an image. And I've merrily wandered off and left it. That could kind of put a bit of a bummer on the proceedings in total. Oh, I've not walked this fast in yachts. Problem is, I can't remember which place it was I put it in. Oh, what a muppet. I thought my hands felt very light. I knew I was missing something. No idea it was my tripod. Right, I'll be back in a second. Oh, disaster averted. Luckily, more people are down actually on the beach than are wandering along the top here. Oh. I told you, I've got a memory like a sieve. Oh boy. Beautiful houses along here. Stunning view, let's see. Whoops. Right, now I've just got to find the little cut-in that I was at. Because it's all about getting the angle with Roker. There is a huge rainstorm coming in over there. Let me just turn you around to see if you can see it. Coming in over the buildings. That's a massive rainstorm. Right. That's my subject. The curve of Roker Pier. You can see the horizon is fairly nicely, softly blending in. So I'm going to crack on before that rainstorm hits. Hey, bygone. My own little party out here. Bit of my no dad dancing. Right, well, having taken me 10 minutes to reset the camera from when I was doing... Oh, thanks, mate. when I was doing the handheld stuff in Liverpool last weekend. Or was it the weekend before? I think it was last weekend. Took the VR off the lens because I popped the 70 to 200 on. I've put it back onto manual focus. I've dropped the ISO down from 1000 and I've set the white balance back to 10,000 kelvins. I've just tried a shot with a 0.6 soft grad on. It was giving me about 5 seconds, and that's not smooth enough for me because I want the water totally smooth. I was hoping, because it's really calm, we might get some reflections. Might have to turn the light on. Hang on a second. I don't know if that's helping or not. Yeah, because it's really calm, I was hoping we might get some reflections, but apparently not. I've now popped the 6-stop on. I am at about, I think I'm on f6.3, and I've just set it on timer. So I'm just letting it run, enjoying the music. Trying to stop myself boogieing, because I'm getting strange looks as it is. Right, I've no idea how long that was, but let's have a look, shall we? Oh, yes, that's okay. That was 119 seconds, and it's actually f7.1. Oh, it's still not flipping slow enough to blur the people out. I'd have thought that would have worked better than that, but hey, you can't have it all. It's really murky out there. I can't see it with my naked eye because it's so dark, but I'm just going to up the ISO to, I can find my ISO button, 200, it's better. There's a oofing great rain cloud moving across. The rain must be moving around us because it's still over there and it's really, really goopy out to sea. Oh, I can smell food. I'm going to skedaddle and I'll catch you guys in the morning. Bye! Good morning! Oh, I think I'm about to get very wet. Considering it is a very, very calm morning, this sea is very wild. And the object I want to shoot, yeah, maybe not. High tide was 5 o'clock. And I figured that the tide would be a little bit lower than it is. In fact, I didn't actually think, oh, I'm all excited because I didn't have much sleep last night. Because we parked right outside a nightclub or a bar, and they were still kicking out at 2 o'clock this morning. Oh. So I'm a bit hyper this morning. Yes, when I drove along last night, I looked at the beach and thought, that tide's not going to come in high enough. It was only 10 centimetre higher tide this morning than it was last night. Seems I was wrong, which is fine. Haven't got a problem with that. Right, I'm going to get the camera out and see what I can do. There's a shot here, but the main shots I was aiming for around that away, and I was really hoping that the lighthouse would light up. I think I got breakfast all around my chops. As to sunrise, yeah, don't see that happening. There's a thick goopy band of cloud over there, although we are starting to get some light, so maybe I'll leave this for a minute and go shoot that. I'm not expecting it to colour up. Everywhere is thick goopy cloud. Do I care? Not a lot. Right, I'm going to make a decision and crack on. I think I'm going to go and do that one because I'm in severe danger of getting wet here and I don't want to. Well, what I'm looking for, I've come down right to the far end of the seawalk promenade, I think that's what you call it, and I'm just looking for something a little different to my normal seascapes, and I'm wanting to incorporate this path There's a building at the end, which is really annoying me. That, I think, is the one that we want. I want the curve at the end. The railing's leading you through, there's a curve and there's some steps. I think that'll do. So, now the one slight issue here is I'm shooting directly into sunrise. As you know, not my favourite pastime at all. Was that about where I was at? Come back a little bit this way maybe. Yeah, that building at the end's a right monkey. However, I think that will do. Now we are going to have to filter for this. I think I've lined it up as I want it. We are going to have to put some filters on for this. I don't know what filters we're going to have to put on. We'll see when we get it on. Obviously we're going to have a grad. Now I am lucky, although there is a band of colour coming up, there is a huge, thick, goopy band of cloud below and above. That's going to make filtering a biggin nightmare. But I'm going to go with the trusty 0.6. I think that's a 0.6. Put that in right. Now the reason I come round to the front of my filters to have a look at what I'm doing is because I have a habit of putting them in cockled. Now the reverse grad is going to make it far too dark with the 6.6, so I'm just going to go with the reverse. With the reverse. So I focus. I need to drop my ISO down. It's giving me 30 seconds at f7.1. We'll go for f9. I think it works. I'd like to have been stood further back there and got the swoop in, but then I'm going to get that horrible block building thing. Oh, some wicked big rocks down here. I'm not worried about the colour in the sky because I'm going to black and white it.